Nah, this ain't nonsense, this is nonfiction. So excuse if the content is offensive, it's official. Now that we have been acquainted, this is my pleasure, my pain.
Your entertainment. What's good? It's your boy Nonpfixion back at you one more time with a brand new reaction. And this reaction is for a video that was released last week, and it's called Marvel Studios Celebrates the Movie. I know some of you are probably asking, well, Fiction or Jason, why didn't you do it last week? I know we have some new people here, and my complex was like severely affected by the freeze that hit the whole United States. So we're still kind of getting through that and getting a lot of stuff fixed in different apartments. And there's some days where I can record, without interference, and there's some days I just can't. And last week there was a lot of interference, so I'm trying my best to catch up now. Anyways, on the Marvel Entertainment YouTube page, it says in the little bio, well, not the bio, but the description, the world may change and evolve, but the only thing that will never change, basically, is we're all a part of one big family. And the coolest thing I always liked about Marvel Comics, especially when you hear Stan Lee talk, is his push and motivation to motivate everybody, regardless of skin, regardless of denomination, regardless of anything. He always wanted to, inclusion. He wanted to include. And of course, maybe not always, the movies not always show that, but they're starting to. And I think his mission and his ideals are really starting to come across in that aspect. But let's get to this video. I've seen people talking about this video, and I've seen a few people posting like it made him feel a certain type of way. So let's go. Marvel Studios celebrates the movies, and pretty much getting back to the movies. Let's go.
I love being with people. It's the most incredible thing in the world.
What are you doing?
Oh,
this is nice.
That world may change and evolve. But the one thing that will never change, we're all part of one big family.
We go to escape. So this was so sad. I thought they all was going to die. I get lost in the story.
That man next to you, he's your brother.
Oh, that was a powerful scene right
She's
there.
your sister.
Higher, further, faster, baby.
That's right.
To feel connected.
We're all part of one universe.
Wakanda forever!
That moves ever upward and onward to greater glory.
Share moments. I'm Mary Poppins, y'all. Oh, this is the greatest scene ever.
Avengers!
I heard that on your left. Yeah, I teared up. And I couldn't wait to hear him say Avengers Assemble. That was amazing. That was freaking amazing. They're going into a joke. Oh, Black Widow.
I've lived a lot of lives.
I can't wait to see this, you know what I'm saying?
But I'm
The new
done
Black
running
Widow.
from my past. We have unfinished business.
Who's we?
Shang-Chi. This is going to be an exciting film to watch. Finally, martial
When you love
arts.
something, you fight for it.
Eternals. Can't wait to see that later.
We're the ones
What
who
the future
changed everything.
brings. And then No Way Home. Come on, man. Multiverse of Madness will be crazy. Love and Thunder should be really good. Wakanda freaking forever. Let's go. The Marvels. Quantumania, The Last Guardians of the Galaxy, and Fantastic freaking Four. So they're basically saying, if they're showing that, to my understanding, is at the end of this phase, we're going to get Fantastic Four, basically. They're going to make us. So just think about that. Fantastic Four would have been coming next year if it was not for the damn virus. If it wasn't for the pandemic, we will be getting Fantastic Four next year. But now we got to wait a whole year because they've been pushed back a year on everything. But let's go to the end when they start showing the different dates. Okay, so first we have shang-chi, Legend of Ten Rings, which from the trailers we've seen, the reaction we've done already, looks like it looks like it's going to be a great story. Of course, there's some changes to various characters for various reasons. Some because they just can't do that style of, they can't tell that story anymore because of it's racially motivated, so they can't talk about it, and they choose not to. So they've made some different changes to certain characters. And of course, the rings, they're different. They're not physical, actual rings. They're bracelet rings. So it's another change, but I think it's an okay change. I'm not, not against or anything. Then we go to the freaking Eternals, which now they're bringing into the story. I'm so curious to see where the hell they were during all this drama with Thanos, during the first wave that hit New York. Like, where were you guys? You're some of those powerful beings on the planet, and you're sitting back relaxing and just watching us fight when you could have helped. Like, where the hell were you guys at? Once again, the Eternals. Then we have SpiderMan No Way Home coming December 17, 2021. We still have not gotten an official trailer. There is so many things out there that's leaks and spoilers, and every media outlet and quasi media outlet that's on Instagram, on Twitter, is trying to get the first real peek at Spider-Man because that's the big news for 2021. It's nothing else. Like, whoever gets the first real pictures from that's not been doctored or created to make it look like all the Spider-Man are on set together and all these Sinister Sixes on set together. The first person who gets the real photos, they're gonna be the man or woman. You know what I'm saying? But this storyline, there's so many leaks out there. You don't know which storyline it is. But I'm gonna say it here. We're gonna have all three Spider-Man. The story is going to revolve around, our Tom, our Spider-Man the most. The other two will probably they'll have some time, but it'll probably be after the midpoint of the movie. We're going to have Daredevil, but he's probably going to be in there for a short amount of time. But of course, we're going to have his alter ego in court. So we're going to have the alter ego way more than we have Daredevil. I'm calling it now. Of course, there is, Doctor Strange is going to be there, but he's going to be there off and on, not a lot, because he's dealing with the outer realm and Wanda. We may even see a bit of Wanda or a lot of drops about Wanda, which is next. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. This, if it's going to be like a horror style movie, I don't even know what to expect. Is it going to be like a Dormammu style character that's the villain? Or is it going to be Nightmare? Is it going to be Mephisto? Like, even though we talked about that WandaVision, who knows where we're going to go with this. But let's just go along for the ride because I'm down with it. Then we have, back again, Chris Hemsworth, Taika Waititi, Thor, Love and Thunder. If it has any of the different pieces to make it a special movie, just like the last Thor movie did, then I'm good. I don't even care. I don't even care. I just I really enjoy watching Chris Hemsworth play Thor. I really enjoy his Thor. I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel with Natalie back and her being the female version of Thor. So I'm assuming either he's gonna lose his powers for a short amount of time, or some freak accident how she gets her powers. I've never read the female Thor comic book, so I have no idea. I'm probably gonna have to grab a book or two off Amazon, Kindle, or look in a Audible, see what they have, see what I can find, and check it out before the movie drops, so I can have a better understanding. But right now, it's a blank slate for me, and I'm okay with that. So after that, now this is the one that I'm gonna go in emotional. You know what I'm saying? Because we finally got somebody to represent African American people, and he's not just a superhero; he's a king. You know what I'm saying? So that's amazing for us. That's big for people of color, and it sucks that his family and they lost him, and we lost him as as a human being, but as an actor and a person playing somebody that was pivotal to the culture. You know, because one thing that doesn't happen often is most time in superhero storylines, most time the characters are white. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Always kind of how it's been. But now that we're starting to get more characters of color, which is amazing, and it's perfect. It's what we need. The more diversity, more inclusion, more inclusiveness. We need that. But still, with this story, there haven't been any leaks about where this story is going to go to, what they're going to do. But we do know they're going to pay homage uh, to Chadwick Boseman heavy in this movie. So I honestly hope they just stick with a similar storyline in the comic books, where um, after the king disappears for a short amount of time and they can't find him, Shuri takes the mantle of Black Panther, and this is a easier way for them to bring in Namor into the storyline without having to include Doom or even Fantastic Four really early. They can bring in Namor, saying Namor is a person who killed King T'Challa in the story, and then Shuri, with the help of maybe an outsider that lives in Africa, which could be Storm, a young Storm, they could go to fight Namor. You know what I'm saying? And that could be the first inclusion of a character that will eventually become part of the X-Men later on down the line in about 3 years. But I think it'll be a great storyline to add. So, but we'll see. We'll see. We don't know where they're gonna go with that. What's next? The Marvel. So, from my understanding, this is gonna have, of course, Captain Marvel. It's gonna have uh, our Miss Marvel, and then we're gonna have Monica Rambeau. So those are gonna be the three main heroes in the story. The the still rumored villain in the story is Rogue. So if that's the case, it's gonna probably be the Rogue pre-flight, pre-strength, and she'll just have her basic power where she can steal, where she can steal someone's essence and source and powers. She can do that, so it's more likely she's gonna come into a battle against Captain Marvel, or some story somebody's gonna trick her into thinking Captain Marvel is a bad guy, and she's gonna try to take Captain Marvel's abilities and almost kill Captain Marvel. You know what I'm saying? To where she's gonna become this being that's gonna be all powerful, but not like powerful enough to be the most powerful in the MCU. She's just gonna be a heavy hitter in MCU, and she's gonna probably escape and eventually join up with the X-Men. And when they come back, when we have the X-Men versus the Avengers, it'll be a crazy story. What we got next? What's next? Ant-Man the Wasp, and this is the Quantum Mania, right? This one is February 2023. This, I expect by this time, his daughter will be playing a character. She'll be playing young Stature, who's going to be a part of the Young Avengers. So I think she's going to be the first key that's going to start up the Young Avengers. But by this time, 2023, we would have already had Ironheart, which may be the actual first key. So let's keep eye on that and see. So let's figure out what we're going to do, because technically we have the first key already from Captain America and the Winter Soldier. You know what I'm saying? With I'm blanking right now with Old Boy's grandson from the storyline. Like, if his grandson's gonna take over the mantle, take over a mantle and become a superhero because his DNA or gets a blood transfusion in his DNA, we don't know. That's still we don't know, but we do know his daughter becomes a superhero because they made a point of having her ask those questions in the very first movie about becoming a superhero. She's always wanted to be just like her dad. All right, a good guy. So next, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. This one will probably be taking place soon after the last Avengers movie because they pretty much left off to go find, you know what I'm saying, go find people. And I don't know if they're still gonna have some of the same villains that was teased in Guardians of the Galaxy 1. But if they do, that would be pretty freaking dope. I'll be honest with you. If they, almost, was it 6 years? I don't know. It's been a long time. So many years later to still tease that same villain if they're going to go that route. But we don't know. We'll see. And then at the very end of the whole clip, we had the Fantastic Four 4. So here we go with the ring to make it look even better. Now, either they're just teasing us just to tease us because, Marvel's great at trolling us, or they are telling us that please be patient. We're working on a script and the story will be out by the end of this phase. And if that's the case, I am so excited to finally see and I hope, fingers crossed, a good version of the Fantastic Four. I'm not gonna say the other ones weren't good versions, they just weren't the better version. You know what I'm saying? The first iteration wasn't bad. It was okay. You know what I'm saying? The second version, what was the second version? Well, if we go back to the original first version, that was trash. If you've ever seen it, utter trash. The second version, they were okay. The most recent, with them being young and going to college and all that stuff, it wasn't the idea wasn't bad. The story was just so rushed to finally get to that payoff. Them becoming the Fantastic Four is like they could have dragged the story out. They could have done it differently, basically. And the way they did it was like, it's okay. Too much of it was changed. I didn't like it, but there's people out there that like it, So yes, and then of course they go right into the Shang-Chi clip. But this was Marvel Studios celebrates the movies. I love Marvel Studios. You know what I'm saying? I love what they do. I love what they offer us. I love what they bring to the table and help us escape and get away from everyday BS and allow us to live in that world for 2-3 hours and just feel relaxed and be able to enjoy it. Get some laughs. I know there's people out there that go, "Oh, it's too much comedy in them." So what? Just go in the movie with no expectations. Just go in the movie to expect to see a movie. And what you'll realize is you'll come out and you'll actually enjoy the movie. And that's the problem. So many people go in there with high expectations and they come out and be like, "Oh my God, this movie was trash. I expect this, I expected this, I expected." Well, that's your problem. You went in with too high of expectations. Just go in with the idea that you want to watch a movie. That's it. And you'll realize most of the times, I'll say 90% of the time, you're going to love that movie or really enjoy it because you went in just expecting to watch a movie. That's it. Keep it simple. Keep it very simple. But yes, thank you guys for being here. I hope you enjoyed the reaction. Hope you enjoyed my little spiel at the end, my review of the trailer itself. We didn't really break down the main trailer. We broke down the after part trailer, and that's okay because the main, I don't want to touch that. We'll leave that alone. That's much love to the words of Stan Lee and the vision of Kevin Feige and the heads at Marvel and Disney. I appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, night, evening, morning, noon, wherever you are in the world today. My name is Nonpfixion. Hope I'll catch you back here on YouTube. Appreciate you. I love you.